Ooh, 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 you guys aren't ready. What's up, Internet? Welcome back to the Collecting with Cory show, episode 3, and we're in a different location. Where the fuck are we? What is this? What is this? This is a casting couch?
So when do I suck the dick?
How you doing?
No!
Anyways, this is our first ever guest appearance on the Collecting with Cory show. My beautiful girlfriend, Alicia. And as you would have gathered from the title of the video, we're going to be asking her a few questions about what it's like to date a retro video game collector. So stay tuned. We're back. And I have a few questions, a few posers, a few. I don't have another.
Inquiries.
Inquiries. There you go. Help me out. How did we meet?
We met on a dating site, OkCupid.
You're not talking.
What?
Yeah, speak up.
That's gonna be in the background.
Yeah. Hey, our building is burning down.
Jesus Christ. We should
We do anything to get out of this.
And...
No, it's perfect.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, we met on OkCupid. And
I messaged him first. Took initiative. I commented on one of his t-shirts. He was wearing a Big Bang
I don't
Theory
wear those
t-shirt.
shirts anymore either, though.
I
Like,
knew
I'm not
nothing
even-
about the show. I just thought it would strike up a conversation.
How you doing?
And that's it.
Yeah, I don't even watch that show anymore. I was like super into it around that time. Like, I actually had illegally downloaded it on like some torrent website, and I would rewatch the first 1 or 2 seasons, and then when like one of my best friends, Tom, he's a physicist. Like he's gonna be a doctor for it. He's currently has his master's, and just like hearing the way actual scientists would talk about that show made me just like, sorry guys, I can't anymore. I can't. But it's funny that is like the thing that you used for the opener. You know.
I really had
Thankfully
no idea
you
what
did.
else to say. Wow. After being on there for so long, I was single for 3 years before I met him. So after being on there for so long, you just don't know what to say to anybody anymore to strike up a conversation. So
Yeah.
I was grasping at straws at that point.
Yeah. So, what did you think of me at first?
Oh gosh.
See, she wasn't ready for these questions.
What
I didn't
the
even
hell?
let her. I didn't even. She didn't know she was doing this until like we were on our way here. So she's hearing this for the first time, basically. Like, mind you, back then I was probably like what, 80 something pounds lighter, smooth motherfucker. Like, I could fit the old me inside the current me, and wear him like a, you know, an exosuit or something.
I guess I thought you were kind of nerdy and dorky.
Well, yeah.
I didn't understand the hoodies that he wore. He wore this red and black hoodie. I had no idea what the pattern was supposed to be. It was very weird. And then this other one that was supposed to be Boba Fett. And I had no idea what Star Wars was back then.
Yeah, so the red and black hoodie, that was my old. I don't wear it anymore. I think I still have it somewhere, but it was never the most comfortable hoodie. It was basically a Star Trek Next Generation officer's uniform for like that Captain Picard or William Riker would wear, and I thought it was the coolest shit. And compared to my Boba Fett hoodie, I didn't feel like it was as obviously geeky. So like that's what I would wear on like my first date with her, because I was just like, if I show up looking like a trash man wearing a Boba Fett hoodie, that's might be an issue. So if anybody out there is like thinking about wearing something like, especially these costume hoodies, like I was a big fan of them. I still am. I don't have any that I currently wear. The latest one I bought was like a Macross one that just was terrible, and I think I might have shown it in one video and never wore it ever. I would suggest you not wear those on potential first dates, just because that could be it's a little weird, especially like a Boba Fett one. Like, what would you have thought if I showed up wearing the Boba Fett hoodie that I wore for so long?
I would have thought it was a little soppy because I didn't understand what it was.
Yeah, like it literally is just like a whole bunch of browns and greens to someone who doesn't know Star Wars, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Given that I was a world famous celebrity with a large video library on YouTube, did you do any research early on?
I'm sorry to say I had no idea who you were.
I mentioned it in my profile though. Like,
That did not interest me at all, so...
I can't get even a click there? Shit. Trying to buy views out there back then.
I had no idea.
No idea.
No.
So, you obviously read the profile, but how long did it take for us to actually bring that up? Was it something we brought up, like, on the first date?
I don't think so.
Because I definitely back then, and even now, like, I don't really talk to, I don't even, like, what would I call them, the normals? Like, even, like, my family, I don't really discuss the fact that I do YouTube, unless they bring it up. I feel like it's kind of weird if I mention it.
Mm.
Like, I don't know, it's just weird. Like, I've always been a little bit weird about self-promotion. So I've always just been like, well, I'll let you
Odd,
mention it to
considering your
me.
ego.
I know, right? But my ego is only like with inner circle and people I know. Like I'm not out there just like
True.
letting my ball swing left and right. You know when I'm talking to people on YouTube, like I'm just not like that. It's just I think it's funny because well, for one, we both watch Bithead 1000. Like we were a big fan of his when he would actually do garage sale videos, and that was a line I stole from him. The world famous celebrity, you know. It's a little shout out to Bithead right there. Wish you would go back to those videos. His Turbo Graphics videos though, still pretty cool, but
Now
probably.
he's got a baby.
Hmm?
Now he has a baby.
Oh yeah, life happens, I guess.
Yeah.
He was already like kind of stepping his way out of doing the garage sales though, because garage sales haven't been easy lately.
Mm-mm.
At least these last few years. I don't think we've dipped enough of our toes into this current season to know just yet. Like it hasn't bitten us in the ass like it usually does.
Too many sharks in the water.
Yeah. I'm hoping that because of how bad it's been that they just kind of die off. Back to the questions. Did you think I was crazy for collecting so many games? Like, how long was it before I actually showed you what my room looked like?
I didn't think you were crazy for collecting so many games. I mean, people have some pretty wild collections of different things, so yours just happens to be video games.
Yeah, like, it could have been worse. I could have had, like, a whole bunch of portraits of crazy clowns, right?
Or baseball cards, those useless things.
Yeah, baseball sucks. Baseball's not a sport. Baseball's not a sport. Just wanted to let you know I was serious about that.
I don't remember when you first showed me your room.
I'm gonna have to annotate what she just said. No, I think when you came over, what was the first time you came over? Was it like when we were watching Amazing Spider-Man or something like that? Because before then we used to just hang at your house in the rec room.
Yeah, I think the first time I saw your room was after we went mini golfing one day.
How you doing? All right. So you didn't grow up a gamer, but what is your favorite game? I already know this. This is for them.
My favorite game is Little Big Planet.
Yeah, Little Big Planet series.
On the PS3.
Well, I mean...
Just edit that part out.
like, it's only on... I mean, technically, they're all on the PS3.
There's
so...
one on Vita.
Well, yeah. That one you haven't played, have you?
No.
It's interesting. Like, because it uses the back touch. Which is... I don't know. It's nice. I enjoy the Little Big Planet games also. We've tried to play through them together. And I don't remember which one that we got stuck on, that we got pretty far on.
I think it's number 2.
And we got stuck as fuck, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I would give up because I enjoy them, but I've always been the kind of gamer that you get stuck on something and you're just like, let me put it down. And she was persevering. Persistent?
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yes!
I don't know English, but she would play the game for like an hour after I'd given up already. Trying to get through that wheel. Whatever, if you've played Little Big Planet 2 or whichever one it's in, it's the level that has like some gigantic wheel of electricity that you're trying to navigate through and it's just being a fucking bitch. Yeah, we couldn't get past that, so we didn't really ever complete a Little Big Planet game, and the third one, we got day one, and we were fucking glitching through the ground, and all the new characters. I don't remember what any of their names were. There was like the dog one, there was the big guy that would also shrink down, and then there was a bird, which we never actually got to. We didn't make it far enough to get the bird. But that game just kind of fell flat. Like, the glitches definitely didn't help it, and it wasn't nearly as fun as the other games.
No.
So, what would be your favorite trip that we've been on? Video game collecting-wise or otherwise? Well, actually, what's your favorite non-video game-related trip we've been on? And then I'll ask you what your favorite video game-related trip we've been on.
How do I pick a non-video game-related trip when we've all kind of incorporated video games in all of our trips?
One of them very specifically didn't.
Ireland?
Yeah. I guess Ireland's an easy answer there. Because Ireland, you don't have any fucking games. Do I have any viewers in Ireland? Prove me wrong. I went to your stores. Retro gaming just doesn't exist over there. Did you guys get the Super Nintendo? Like, I'm legitimately concerned for you guys. I didn't see anything over there.
I guess non-video game related trip would be Ireland.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely Ireland for me too, just because that was my first time abroad.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we honestly did some of the best vlog filming that no one ever watched for that trip.
Yeah.
I was so upset. Like, I think I had to split it into 5 days of an Ireland vlog because we saw so much stuff. And like each day was like a different castle, a different experiments. Like the did I say experiments? Or,
yeah, a different experience.
A different experience.
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Like, we saw the cliffs of Moher. We almost died.
The caves of Ailey.
Yep. The Blarney Castle.
Yeah.
She kissed the Blarney Stone. I was not about that life.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Got that on film. Yeah.
It's kind of nice to have our trip, like, captured to look back on.
Yeah, like, that's one thing that I'm really excited about with the vlog and just the YouTube thing in general. Like, even if it never takes off, like, it's always going to be fun to look back on. Even though, like, some of the oldest stuff that was filmed on, like, really, really bad non-iPhone cameras, like, is damn near unwatchable.
It's hard to watch, yeah.
It's, even for, like, other YouTubers, like, even, like, bigger YouTubers, if you go back and look at some of their first stuff back when they were probably using the same shit I'm using now, but back, 10 years ago, it's hard to watch. It really is. It's crazy where we've come in technology. Like, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a fucking cell phone on a tripod, on a trash can, on a...
It's an ice bucket.
ice bucket, whatever. It could be a trash can too, very small one. Oh, so what is your favorite video game related trip we've been on?
Uh, Probably Too Many Games.
The first time?
Convention.
We've been there twice now.
The first one was a good story. Not living through it, but it's a good story now. But looking back now, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. I don't know if I've told it very specifically, the story of this on this channel. Or if it was on the Team Killfuls thing. Thanks, computer. Appreciate you. For being fucking loud. Back then with Rob Mitchell, the video game hoarder, Jody, Appa Dragon Ranger, and Danny, Roaming Dan, we were doing a weekly show podcast kind of thing. And I think on like the second week I was ever on there was right after we came back from Too Many Games, like literally like a few days after or something like that.
Yeah. No,
It must have been a week later because it was we always did those on Saturdays. And basically I lost my shit because the state of Pennsylvania can suck it. They have highways that you should only get on if you have an Easy Pass. We don't have an Easy Pass. We still don't. We actually probably got fucked by that on this trip a little bit. Because GPS will tell you to go whichever way it wants you to go. It doesn't care if you have an Easy Pass or not. And it will send you some places that when you're driving, you really can't undo without causing an accident. So we ended up on this fucking highway after going to
Golden Corral.
the worst buffet I've ever been to in my life. I'm not a fan of Golden Corral. It's bad. And not to mention, we actually drove like 45 minutes out of our way to get to that Golden Corral.
Yes.
Like it was pretty bad. And then
it was packed.
It was packed. We waited, and then when we left, like the very first thing I did was fuck up by following the GPS onto that Easy Pass only ramp. And what am I gonna do? I'm gonna back down the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have an Easy Pass, so I just keep going. Eventually, we end up merging onto a section that actually has real cars that don't have Easy Pass. I don't know why they're real, but in the story they are. And I get to the next toll booth, and they're asking for my ticket, and I'm just like, well, I don't have a ticket because your stupid highway in your stupid state doesn't give you a ticket if you don't have an Easy Pass. So I have no ticket to show you. I can tell you what exit we got on. And she's just like, no, I can't. I'm going to have to charge you the full length of the Pennsylvania Turnpike or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is probably one of the longest turnpikes in the fucking United States.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at Pennsylvania on a map, it's a long fucking state. Now imagine paying every toll on that entire turnpike. That's what we had to do. Or at least that's what she was telling us we had to do. At the time, I was just like, fuck this, I'm not doing it. I think I peeled out, like, screaming, fuck you, like, to her or something like that.
You did.
And mind you, this is like, what, year one?
This is
in year one.
This is year one.
This is in year one.
We started dating in April, and this convention was in June. So
we've been together 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months. And this was probably the first time you saw the Beast Unleashed.
Yeah.
So we get to... This is the best part of the story. Oh, actually, I keep forgetting how much fruit this story has. Because it always keeps getting worse. The next toll we get to is a ticket one. So this guy in front of us... I don't even need my notes for it now because it's story time. This guy in front of us, he's like parked there.
Yes, outside of his car.
And he's like picking something up off the ground, and did I honk at him?
You honked at him.
I honked at his ass. I honked at his ass. And then he gets in his car. He didn't even like acknowledge that. I don't remember. Like he just kind of got in his car and took off.
Mm-hmm.
So I get up to the thing. I press the thing to get my ticket. the ticket like just. Are you fucking kidding me? It doesn't give me another one. Although maybe I could have pressed the button again. No, it just doesn't give you another. Like, it comes out automatically, I think, when you get there. So it doesn't give me another one, and I'll be fucking damned if I get to the next toll booth in that goddamn state, and they charge me another it was like $45 for the entire length of the state. That would have been $90.
Mm-hmm.
So I get out of my car, and of course, because it's something you have to, like, reach to get, I'm parked, like, right next to this, and I'm not a small, thin person. So I open my door. I Winnie the Pooh my way out the fucking door. And then, of course, my ticket is has landed near my front tire, so now I need to Winnie the Pooh past my fucking side view mirror, which was not easy. I almost castrated myself.
You took the time to reach into the car and push the button to fold your mirror in.
I did?
Yes, you did, because I remember you were raging.
Oh, yeah.
And
I had that moment of clarity.
had that moment of clarity where you just like, I shouldn't rip my mirror off, so you took the time to push the button. Then you got the ticket. Meanwhile,
some asshole pulls up behind me and literally does the exact same thing that I did when I got there. Honks his horn because he's just like, what the fuck are you doing? And the look I gave him, because I probably had murder in my face.
Coming out of his mouth.
Murder in my eyes at that time. And I didn't even have a beard like this back then. I probably had some pansy-ass beard. I probably had like a chin strap or something. I didn't have this. Like, if you saw this coming at you, you'd probably run and call the cops. Back then, I had nothing. So I like, just looked at, I was just like, I don't remember what I did. Did I scream at him?
I think you screamed at him.
I screamed at him. What did I scream at him?
I don't remember.
It was something like, what the fuck? You know, like, I knew it was something like, it wasn't like... Might have been fuck you. I don't know. I screamed something at him. If you actually remember, let me know in the comments below. If you've been here since the Team Killful days where we did those shows, you might have already heard the story, or maybe I said it in another video. Maybe this is just all repeating itself. But yeah, that wasn't the end of the story. I got in my car. And we're driving in silence. I remember that very specifically. We're driving in silence, and we're getting into New York finally. And the GPS isn't going to have us get on the George Washington Bridge, from what I remember.
Right.
Which is good. Or no, it has us get on the George Washington Bridge. We pay the $15 toll.
It has us get on the route towards the George Washington Bridge.
Yep.
We pay the $15 toll. Then it has us get off the exit immediately after we paid that.
Yeah. Which then reroutes us to get back onto it to pay the $15 toll once again. For those of you with like eagle eye vision, my eye was twitching just from remembering that. I had to show you. Eventually, Alicia had to drive. Like, the rage was just, like, palpable. Like, I wanted to smash my own... I'm amazed that you stayed with me.
I was scared.
2 months in...
I was a little scared.
And I'm a psychopath when it comes to tolls. That's why she drives for these trips. Because she doesn't want to see that happen again. Yeah. Alright. So, aside from that, Too Many Games was fun. I would actually say, I feel like Too Many Games this last year was more fun. Like, we did more, like the first year we went to the casino, I don't know, I feel like we kind of retraced our steps this last year.
We did, but I feel like
the
first year, yeah, we probably did do it better this past year, but the first year was more the newness of the experience.
Yeah, that was probably your first convention ever. It would have been.
Yeah.
Because, 2 months in.
Yeah.
So... the next year would probably be my pick for our favorite video game related trip, because we did so much more. Like, we actually like went to visit other stores in that area that had video games. Got a pretty cool Kirby uh, standee from the Planet Roboto bot. I don't remember if that's the actual name of that game. I never got it. Yeah, definitely too many games. That's actually coming up in, what, 2 months now?
In June, yeah.
Yeah, we're going again. Hopefully it's even better than the last 2 times. Alright, what would you say your favorite thing is that we found together at like garage sales or flea markets? Or at least what do you think your favorite experience was, like in the process of trying to get games at garage sales and flea markets?
This was probably the first year we were together too, I think. That one sale where we boxed out that shark. My absolute favorite.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't coach her, like I said before. She didn't know any of the questions. I knew that's what she was going to say. I knew that was what she was going to say because that one, she fucking stepped the fuck up. We basically were at a tag sale in Southington, our hometown, where we live, and some shark from, I don't know, like we see him often. We haven't seen him this season, but we see him often to the point where we recognize his car now.
His car, his kids.
Yep, his
That's
car,
super
his
creepy.
kids, yeah. Like we see him a lot at our sales that we go to. And we are talking to the owners of the house that are having the sale, and they say they're going to bring out some games. I don't remember if they said games or some game systems or what. But they end up bringing out a boxed N64 console and a boxed Sega Genesis with a few Sega games from what I remember.
Yes.
Didn't have any N64 games, had Sega games. And we're basically, they brought it out in like a bag. We're trying to look through it to see what's going on and also film because, you know, weekend adventure. And this guy is like desperately trying to get in there. What was he doing?
Like circling us almost. Like
Yeah.
trying to, like, we had it like fenced off in like the corner of the table, and he's trying to get around, asking the guy who was running the sale, how much you want on those? Oh, you only want whatever it was, $10 or something.
Yeah, we ended up paying him $10 for each of them.
For each.
So $20 total. And I think, I'm pretty sure in the video you like said something to him. You were just like,
because he said, oh, I'll give you, you know, I don't know if he offered the $10 or I'll take that for 10 or I'll offer you more.
yeah, you're just like,
And I said, no, we have it.
Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah, she boxed him the fuck out. She turned on that Italian temper. And we're just like, she gave him the look that I gave that guy in Pennsylvania. So
that was one of my favorites, and then the one sale that you didn't even have on your list. I think this was the same year, and you found Klonoa for
that was the same day.
Oh yeah.
That was the same day. That was
That day
probably
was on point.
Yeah. That actually, for some reason, and I know why the reason is, and it's kind of a fluke. But that video is I think my third highest viewed video on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because I named it Shark Week, which apparently causes people to click on it, watch approximately 5 to 10 seconds of it, and then click off. I've looked at the analytics. It's really weird. It's got like almost like 3,000, 4,000 views.
Wow.
But the watch time on it is absolute garbage because people probably like, especially when Shark Week is happening, it probably like gets a surge of views. And then people are just like, oh, this isn't what there's no sharks in this. Like the shark we're talking about is metaphorical. It's a guy trying to get games from us at a garage sale.
Right.
So, yeah, that's definitely what I was thinking you were going to say. And it's crazy that we did find that Klonoa in the exact same weekend. Because I think we were on the way to Sam's booth. Because that's when we would end every weekend with going to Sam's booth and hanging out.
Yeah.
And that sale was in like Plainville that we just kind of like saw a sign for and followed the signs. And guys just chilling with Klonoa and a box of PS1 stuff. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Alright, have you ever worried that my collecting obsession is going to get worse?
Worse how?
Well, start overtaking everything we have. I guess start like what we were talking about earlier, like how someone just like spends money that they don't have
I
to
don't
get
think it'll
games and
get
stuff
that
like
worse. No.
No?
Because I think you're a pretty disciplined person when it comes to your finances.
that. Yeah.
So I don't think it'll get that worse. I think it'll get worse in the fact that currently we're running out of space for all this stuff.
Well, yeah, but we're
But that's not a
like
permanent
that's
issue.
yeah. We need to move out.
So.
That's definite. That's happening this year. I'm still saying that. We're in April. Still gonna happen this year. I don't care if I'm moving to a trap house.
I care.
Oh, you care, but we might be living in a trap house. Or like more specifically, like also like branching out into other things, because you know we've recently almost bought some Power Rangers, and like that would have been potentially disastrous.
Yeah,
I don't think it would have ended there.
probably not. And I'm kind of weak when it comes to things like that too, so
She wanted the Pink Ranger.
maybe it would have, yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty close. I think I talked about it last week in the show. So that's a little reference to that. Hey guys, it's time to pick a winner for our random game giveaway. Let's see. I've actually found a new website to do this on. It is YouTube Random Comment Picker by Sandra Siri. I don't know. It is basically one that supposedly, let's load up the comments, will pick a comment amongst the 47 unique users found, meaning that if someone's posting multiple comments, it's not going to give them multiple entries, which is something I can see being an issue, especially if we're having a conversation down in the comment section. I figure this is the better way to do it, so hopefully this website works. Another thing I want to address before I get into picking the winner, it has to do with the expectations for what you'd be receiving, and this is in regards to some comments I had from international viewers, which I appreciate. However, at this time, the random games I'm giving away really aren't going to be worth paying the shipping for. If you understand what I'm saying, I've had a few people in the comments below that had said that they're international, but they'd be willing to pay the shipping. And honestly, the games I'm shipping out are around $10 to $15. So it doesn't really make that much sense for you to pay the shipping on that. If you get what I'm saying. I don't know. However, I do have milestone contests. Whenever we hit milestones, I'm probably going to have one when we hit 1,500 subscribers, which is not that far away. And as always, like all my other contests, like my actual subscriber contests, those will be open to anybody in the world, no matter where you're from. I don't care how expensive the shipping is going to be, you're going to get it. But without further ado, let's pick the random winner for this week's Collecting with Cory Show giveaway. And we have Linkmaster64. He is commenting on, I believe it is the box situation I was talking about. You sir, are 100% correct. I believe he's actually talking to another person in the comments below. I'm dealing with the same exact situation, so to help I made a list to complete and then move on to the next one. If I enjoyed the playthrough, I'll keep it, but if it felt like work and didn't have any fun, it gets traded to Game Exchange. Understandable. So let me know what your shipping information is. Get me in a YouTube message, and I'll get a game shipped out to you as soon as possible. But the Legacy Collection, all the Megazords and stuff, definitely a weakness for me. Despite the fact that I absolutely would not open them. I would just keep them in the box, because I would be so worried that I wouldn't be able to get them back in there. But like the individual Power Rangers, them not having their weapons, done deal for me. Not interested.
Yeah.
So I'd say, so overall, what has it been like dating a retro video game collector?
Considering I didn't know much about video games beforehand, I think it's been interesting.
Interesting?
I guess. It's been informative. Like, I've learned a lot of things, and I don't know, it's been fun. Peace.
Peace?
I'm kidding.
Oh. So, let me run this by you.
I'm kind of crazy eyes right now. Can we redo that?
Nope. So, in a few years' time, how would you feel redoing this video? Me asking you what it's been like to marry a video game collector.
No. No. No, you're not. No, you're not. Please.
I love you with all my heart. You know
No.
that. You make me who I am today.
No. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
Because I love you. I want to be with you forever.
Stop.
Will you marry me?
Yes. Oh God, cut that shot.
Like the
'cause
video.
That was a full...
Subscribe if you're new. We're going to be getting married. Get on there.
Oh my God.
Gotta end the video. I want to tell you before. Gotta be gentle with it though. Coming at you. Oh. I guess that's good enough.